Well, thank God we do not have to pretend to care about the Super Bowl anymore. It's February. The 2025-2026 NFL season is over. So it is time to do what we know how to do best. Boys, we're going to be drafting some fantasy football teams. It's Short King Summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense looks constipated. It's Short King Summer. That's right. We brought back the introduction even. That's how excited we are for the, honestly, the true beginning of Hot Best Ball Summer, because Hot Best Ball Summer begins in February around here. We are on the road to drafting 3,000 fantasy football teams. We are going to draft a couple big boards here on the stream today. We are going to end with a draft over on Fast Draft. So if you want to hop in, make sure that you download the Fast Draft app, use promo code Davis to hop in over there, and I will see you guys in a draft over there. And we are here. We are going to be drafting in the big board. We're going to be drafting in some of these DraftKings tournaments that they just dropped. We're going to be drafting everywhere because that's basically what gets me out of bed in the morning, everyone, is drafting fantasy football teams. I think that the market looks pretty appealing right now. Just went through and did a big refresh of all of the rookie rankings and all the stuff like that. Got an update for the Sidekick. Actually, I have my rankings in there, so it turns out there was a little bit of what you might want to call user error with the Sidekick rankings. We have them up and active inside there now. So I've got the sim feature on, but with the custom rankings from yours truly there on the Sidekick. So let's go ahead and kick it off here. We are drafting out of the 5 slot, which is going to mean that we will be taking Jackson Smith and Jigba. I feel like sort of the way drafts go right now, when you get one of the first 5 picks, it's Bijan, it's Puka, it's Gibbs. Chase's ADP is exactly 4. JSN is 5.1. Then I feel like there is, sort of an argument to be made. I mean, I would hear an argument between Taylor and McCaffrey. I'd hear an argument between Lamb and St. Brown, between Lamb and McCaffrey. Like, I would hear an argument between Genty, Achane, and Cook, and McBride and Jefferson. I have noticed Jefferson has been piling up the board a little bit. Probably no DK today. Maybe we do one tomorrow. I don't know if there's huge appetite for it, then I am, I'm happy to do whatever you guys want to do. Number one thing we got to do today, though, is we're going to knock out a fast draft. Ooh, and actually, I guess because James Cook went at 3 to Urbanic, we will be selecting Jamar Chase. So a little bit of bonus there. Don't mind getting Jamar Chase 5. I'm considering the overlay. Sell me on it, please. I mean, everyone who uses it seems to do really well in contests. Sacrilegious and Shady Advice are 2 of the, best ball players on the planet. Shady Advice is one of the best DFS players on the planet. He's the one who built it. Pat Crane, you might have heard of him. Pat Crane won $2 million playing fantasy football. He is essential in the construction of the Sidekick. So if those things appeal to you, then I would say that you should consider using it. I will say the thing that I find most helpful about using the Sidekick for me personally is that it allows me to do a lot of drafts. I can just hammer drafts. Yes, the James Cook steam, I don't really know where it's coming from. I guess maybe this is an unpopular opinion. I'd be curious what you guys think. I feel like things are going to get worse for the Bills offense, not better, but maybe that is an unpopular opinion. I can confirm Shady had 2 top 15 sprint teams. I saw them on the leaderboard. Shady is the big killer. Honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and say I probably am not going to be doing any DraftKings today because we're gonna do our normal big board stuff. I mean, I'm not saying I won't. If you guys all really want DraftKings, then look, I'm a man of the people. I'm always happy to see what's out there. Maybe we save DraftKings for tomorrow and we do a dedicated DraftKings video. But of course, we will be drafting on DraftKings in general because you don't get to 3,000. You don't get to 3,000 drafts by being choosy. That's what they say, folks. And we're out here. I mean, there is not a best ball platform that exists that I will not be in there right now. Okay. So we got Jamar Chase. Has anyone else done anything funky? I do like what Dabke did over there in the corner, Genty Jefferson, although I think, are just going to be selecting Brock Bowers here. So a Jamar Chase, Brock Bowers start. Now we are going to be a smidgen behind at running back here. Have I ever thought about breaking the terms of service and breaking the rules to max the big board in BBM? No, I have not thought about breaking the terms of service and doing that. I personally have not. I did a couple little board drafts this weekend and saw Hunter Henry. Yeah, you can't draft little board, big boards the weekend of the Super Bowl. The drafts will just get canceled. Can't do it. James Cook ahead of the big three wide receiver. Oh, I'm not wearing my flock hat. It's always more appealing when I'm wearing my flock hat. No, it's not common. Urbanic, I don't know who that is. Maybe he's a listener, a viewer, unclear. Maybe he just really likes James Cook, but it's I would not say it's common. CB 4354 Davis, I just won over 12K total in profit on Playoff Best Ball. Thank you for the content, sir. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out there, brother. Always glad to see some W's in the chat. I mean, that much I can tell you. And what are we gonna do here? I need to run hot. I would really like someone else to take Chase Brown. What is this guy doing? Ted McMillan at 27. I'd love to have you. Yeah, I will send you, Mason, I will send you a message as we take Breece Hall. That is beautiful. We are cooking with gas here. I'll send you a message right now and you tell me what time works for you and we'll get it in. Kenneth Walker at 311 is certainly a choice. Honestly, do you guys disagree with that? I think there's every reason to believe that Kenneth Walker, he's got a couple outs to being a 2-3 turn pick. So first is Zach Charbonnet's ACL recovery just takes forever, right? Zach Charbonnet ACL recovery he's not back until like week 11 or something. The other is he leaves in free agency and just gets paid a lot of money, which is pretty well in the range of outcomes. I mean, if you think about the teams that could conceptually pay a running back a lot of money. So this is just off the top of my head. Teams that could pay a running back a lot of money. No one in the AFC East, but the Texans could theoretically pay a running back a lot of money. The Titans could pay a running back a lot of money. The Bengals, they don't have the cap room for it. The Browns maybe, but they don't really have the cap room for it. The Kansas City Chiefs could pay a running back a lot of money. The Washington Commanders could pay a running back a lot of money. The Giants could pay a running back a lot of money. The Carolina Panthers could pay a running back a lot of money if they wanted. The New Orleans Saints, they still have Kamara, so they wouldn't. The Vikings are kind of up against the cap, so they wouldn't, but they could. The Arizona Cardinals, if they let James Conner go. There are a lot of teams that could pay Kenneth Walker a lot of money. Yeah, the Browns, I misspoke on the Browns. The Browns absolutely the Browns absolutely cannot. So that is a good point. They are in a miserable cap situation. Did a big board this weekend, and someone drafted Milrow and Kyler at 1-2, then drafted normally the rest of the way. I would say my guess would be probably not canceled. No guarantees. Normally 1 to 2 picks, you will generally not see a cancellation. But, don't take my word for it. I'm not in charge. They don't put me in the decision making room. All right. So what are we hoping for? Am I hoping for Skattebo here? Skattebo or Devonta? Or do I just take Luther Burden? I mean, that's honestly who I want. Skattebo by ADP. You know what? I don't care which running back comes back around, so I'm going to take Burden. I'm going to stay true to my rankings because I don't really care. The difference between RJ Harvey, Trevion Henderson, and Cam Skattebo is who knows? You know what I'm saying? It would be like, which one of these guys runs good? Which one of these guys has the veteran alongside them get injured, the veteran alongside them suck? Like I think they're fine, you know. And I don't have the ability to prognosticate who is going to do the best in terms of the situation. I mean, my guess is that probably Henderson is actually the best at football out of those guys. And Harvey's probably the worst, and Skattebo is in the middle. But the situation also probably is like best in terms of raw week 1 touches for Skattebo. Whereas Henderson probably is going to have the exact same season that he just had. Really hoping Sigerzam. All right, bang. He takes Judkins. So we're going to get a very small ADP Dipperino. So we have Brees Hall and RJ Harvey as our running backs. Maybe we even go 7 running backs on this team because and maybe we're still going to go 3 tight ends. Thoughts on landing spots for likely? I guess I haven't really thought about it. What is an obvious spot for Isaiah Likely? I guess one of the issues that I would have there is I'm just not really an Isaiah Likely guy. I don't really think there's much about his profile that suggests he's a guy that you want to like break the bank for or build your offense around. 4 years in the NFL, 135 receptions, 15 touchdowns. Like, what is Isaiah like? I wonder what Isaiah Likely's career target best game is. He had a 8 for 103 in a loss to Cincinnati in 2023. I don't even remember this game. Who's the quarterback? Anthony Brown was the quarterback in a loss there. Kenyon Drake was the starting running back. And then he had, and then of course the loss to Kansas City in week 1 of last season. Yeah, I don't think he's a 49er because he's not a particularly good run blocker. Miami, I could definitely see. I don't know what Miami's cap situation is. Kind of depends how much money does our boy Malik Willis get in free agency. What would you guys give Malik Willis in free agency? That's, I think, a pretty interesting question. I would be willing to give Malik Willis a very similar deal to like what Sam Darnold just got before, right? And hopefully we end up getting, multiple years out of him. Off season time, no off season around here. No off season around here, Jordan. Who are the players with the worst current value right now? I guess I don't know. There'd be a way for me to search that via these ADP stuff. There are some guys. Quentin Johnston. Sorry to my boy Flock. Quentin Johnston's not a guy I see there. I don't love this Mike Evans pick. It feels like I frequently am getting there. Do I want to get Mike Evans or do I want to just knock out Jalen Warren right here? I feel like I maybe want to do Jalen Warren because it feels like a real tier break at running back and less of a tier break at wide receiver. So we are going to do Jalen Warren right there. Yeah, I agree. I would give Willis more than Fields. Yeah. 3 years, 80 million. Yeah, I think this is ultimately I agree with Joel. I think the Malik Willis contract is probably the Baker Mayfield, the 3 years, 100 million. Well, I think that the idea of just waiting to take Gainwell is a little bit too much certainty for multiple reasons, most of them to be contractual. So first off is Jalen Warren can I'm not saying he would, but Jalen Warren can very easily be cut by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Not obviously not that it's not what you're hoping for, but he could end up on a different team. Kenneth Gainwell is an unrestricted free agent. So I think that there's just a lot of ways that backfield can break out. I do not know why DJ Moore is at 100. I believe I've got him a good bit lower than that. Although I do have market baking in my stuff. Yeah, so I have DJ Moore 15 spots after ADP. I've Godwin right at ADP. I can just say for myself the reason why I have Godwin ranked so close to ADP is just uncertainty as to who the Tampa Bay wide receivers are. Who is going to be Tampa Bay's wide receiver too? Is it going to be Igbuka? Is it going to be Evans? Are they going to build it out of McMillan? Like, okay, so did we just do? I guess by ADP it's Diggs here. Sidekick wants me to take Fannin. All right, you know what? Let's just do a weirdo build. This is going to be a totally schizophrenic build. Harold Fannin at pick 77 after taking Bowers at 20. So should we probably save our round 20 pick for a tight end? Gonna have to wait a little bit on quarterback. This will be a very interesting one. Have you noticed how much the Sidekicks loves the dusty olds in this landscape? I have noticed it. I also have noticed that in my personal rankings, more so than in any year when I've done the big board in the past, I actually like the dusty olds a little bit more. So, like, I'm higher than ADP on James Conner. I'm higher than ADP on Tajay Spears. Higher on ADP than Rashad White. A little bit higher on Aaron Jones. A little bit higher on. I mean, just a bunch higher than ADP on Joe Mixon. You know, just a lot of these old guys. A little bit less so at wide receiver. I'm higher on some of the younger wide receivers like Michael Pittman Jr. I don't think is a very good pick. Some of the stuff like that, Khalil Shakir, useless. But I think it's one of those really interesting things where we have just learned that, you know, a lot of these veteran running backs are just pretty good values in these contests. Though I do want to, what's the right way to say this? I do actually want to hew a lot more than I have been to that idea that Herzig had, which is like in the big board and in these early contests, I do really want to be drafting a little bit more based on talent, you know, just a little bit more. And also at this stage in February, I mean, it's just a lot easier to find a role for Dusty Olds than it is. Ooh, well, I mean, are they gonna? Do I just? You know what? I'm just gonna take Xavier Worthy. What build does Xavier Worthy not fit in at pick 92? What I don't really think taking Purdy there does much for me. I'm actually hoping to get Knicks pushed around, but I don't have any stacks anyways. So I think this might be like a Jordan Love, Tyler Shuck style team, I think. Oh yeah, I will send Mr. Religious a message. We will be doing we'll do a show soon And yeah, I mean, I still need to be studying these rookies though, because I don't have like super firm opinions on every rookie yet. I'm starting to get there. I'm starting to have opinions on almost all the rookies. And that show that I did with Karain last week was a really nice foundation, I think. But just again, to that Worthy pick, I mean, I do think Worthy is gonna have a better week one target share, a better week one target projection than Michael Pittman Jr., not on the Colts or cut from the Colts. Maybe not Addison, but definitely more than Moore and Boston. I wanted Nix with Harvey. We got Nix around. So what was the 2v2 there? So the 2v2 was taking Bo Nix. The wide receiver available would have been Wandale, Shakir, Jennings, or Jaden Reed. I mean, that's not really much of a 2v2. I'm happy to take Worthy there. I mean, I think they probably will sign Tyreek, but I think that Worthy is probably going to transition into a role that is a little bit more, just like a little bit more comfortable for him, basically. Uh, okay. Saber says, "Is this like Dunder Mifflin Saber or Dunder Mifflin Sabre?" All you need to know is that Jonah Coleman looks like Amarian Hampton, but with Gibbs cuts. I disagree with that because I've been watching some of these guys. I wouldn't go that far, but I would say the difference between how the market is treating Jonah Coleman and how the market is treating Jadarian Price is at the very least pretty interesting to me. Denzel Boston feels so overpriced compared to guys like KC Concepcion, Omar Cooper Jr., and Malachi Fields. Yeah, there's kind of this interesting thing that happens with these drafts, which is that opening ADP, like tend to where guys tend to open the contest sticks with them for a while. And because Boston um started out the draft early. Although I do think there is a chance that Boston goes in round one. Boston also is he's an archetype that is very valuable in the NFL right now because I think he's an outside guy who's going to be able to win vertically. And I think I might even agree more with this that Boston is underpriced, relatively speaking. All right, so the quarterbacks are just getting like absolutely gobbled here. So I'm just going to take Mendoza with Bowers. That was a little bit ahead of ADP. Honestly, not that much, but Mendoza was the next quarterback available by ADP. But Darnold, Shuck, Love, Goff had all gone in between. The guy behind me only has Stafford, and Devin the dude only had Caleb Williams. So I was at a real chance of like having to do a Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones backstack. So I was happy to take Mendoza there in round 10. When you could take a college backup running back with 15 career catches in the 9th round, you simply have to do it. I mean, honestly, I'm so the first prospect profile that is going to go up on patreon.com/Davis Maddock. The very first one is actually the Jadarian Price one because I think Jadarian Price is one of the most interesting prospects to disseminate, evaluate, all that stuff. It seems very hard to have a super firm opinion on Jadarian Price. And I was diving into it and he got, NIL offers to leave Notre Dame. And I don't know how much NIL money he got to stay at Notre Dame, but he had the opportunity to leave. All right, we actually found a build that Khalil Shakir fits. Khalil Shakir's 130 points, fit just fine as a wide receiver 4 with Jamar Chase, Luther Bird, and Xavier Worthy. So we finally found a build where I will take Khalil Shakir. My guy, Maxwell Adam, has 72% of Omar Cooper. I mean, I would say, you probably want to hammer it now, because once the combine happens, once the Senior Bowl has not happened yet, right? The Shrine Bowl has, but the Senior Bowl is, or did it already happen? Oh, it already happened. Or the Shrine Bowl. The Shrine Bowl? Did the Shrine Bowl already happen? Uh where is the Shrine Bowl? Okay. All right, they both already happened. So that's, I guess that's sort of interesting. I didn't I guess I need to go back and dive more in, cuz I would like to know, cuz I feel like those were quite big, kind of, we got some big movers and shakers from those games. Like, I remember Fannin was really big there last year. I don't remember it being on the timeline near as much this year. So, I don't know. I guess that's on me. Maybe I'm a little bit less tuned in. Marvin Harrison Jr. has no ADP on DraftKings for anyone diving in today. All right, that's a very, very good note. Everyone, if you were drafting on draft, you know what? And I need to go do a couple. I need to hop into some slows over on DraftKings. All right. And do we want to do Debo? Do we want to do Connor? I mean, I like Tyreek the best, actually, of this group. ADP is Dobbins. All right, you know what? Sidekick wants Debo. I'm pretty light on Debo. Let's do a little Debo Samuel team there. Just went 5th overall in my last DK. Just got Marv in the 10th. Combine. There you go. The combine starts 2 weeks from today. Non-stop cycle. I tend to agree. All right. Well, was Debo the right pick there? Because I tell you what, I definitely need at least one rookie running back, I think, with this group. I'd like one more quarterback as well. I probably would like the quarterback to not be JJ McCarthy. Uh the GM getting fired for the Minnesota Vikings, I feel like, is very bearish for JJ. I feel like that is like one of the more bearish things. I mean, it's basically one of the most bearish things that can happen is your head coach gets, the guy who drafts you gets fired, but then the coach stays. That feels like Marcus Mariota signs a 1-year, $10 million incentive laden deal with the Minnesota Vikings, which, if you are JJ McCarthy, I don't think you want Marcus Mariota, Andy Dalton. You do not want any Joe Flacco, Kirk Cousins. Yeah, you don't want any of those dudes. If you are JJ McCarthy. All right, you know what? I tell you what, Hunter Henry is basically my least favorite guy that the Sidekick ever recommends. I just really couldn't be less interested in him. So what we're gonna do is we are going to, you know, we're just gonna wrap it up at quarterback here. We're just gonna take dimes and just be done. I don't even know if that was ahead. That was a little bit ahead of ADP. I just Hunter Henry on a team with Fannin and Bowers. What's the point? Like, I know what the Sidekick is doing. I know why the Sidekick is doing it. I don't even disagree. But I'm like, I can just take Gunnar Helm. I have Hunter Henry at home in the 20th round, and his name is Gunnar Helm. I don't think it's sketchy. I think it's actually very well borne out by the math that the Sidekick continues to recommend tight ends when you have Bowers and Fannin. It's math that Hayden Winks actually did a great exploration of this last year, which is that after about pick 100, you start to see the tight ends in those ranges just straight up project better than the running backs and wide receivers. So, the Sidekick is not like, it's a sim. It is simming results, and sims are based on ranges of outcomes in projected points, but it cannot be, you can't divorce it from the projections. So it sees the projected points, it runs with those projected points, and I think does a good job with it. Ideal landing spot for Kenyon Sadiq, and if he goes there, how far does he rise? What is the ideal landing spot for Sadiq? The 49ers, maybe? I don't know. Ideal landings. I guess I haven't thought that much about it. I just know he's probably going to go pretty early. Yeah, I've been a lot 4 tight ends. I see that recommended a good bit. Rams. Okay, Rams would be a really, really good spot. Yes. Really good spot for Kenyon Sadiq. Most of my finals teams last year had a tight end make the flex in the playoffs. Eagles could be fun, provided the Kevin Patullo-ness leaves the offense. I mean, who could say? All right, there you go. And Aaron Jones is actually just a nice veteran complement to this running back room because we know we're going to take some rookies later. So we have Breece Hall, RJ Harvey, Jalen Warren, Aaron Jones in the running back room. A lot of weight on the shoulders of Breece Hall there. Washington does need a tight end. That much is true. Man, how bad was that game last night? I cannot believe how poor Drake May was. Not that Darnold was like great either. The Seahawks defense was just unbelievable. I think Drake May ended up with like the worst cumulative total EPA in a postseason like since like Jake Delhomme or whatever. All right. So I don't really want Andrews either. I mean, this does feel like kind of an obvious Calvin Ridley team. We have Chase, Burden, Worthy, Shakir. Ridley goes. I don't want to take Surratt on this one because I kind of want to take. I'm getting jealous. I'm getting jealous of all the Omar Cooper people. I think the Omar Cooper people might be onto something. Damn. Okay. So let's do. Well, let's do Tank Dell. Tank Dell's fun. Tank Dell could be anything, even Tank Dell. Imagine if his leg is healthy. Kenyon Sadiq might be shorter OJ Howard. He definitely could be. Likely to Washington would steam his ADP to the moon. Yeah, I mean, I just am not really an Isaiah Likely guy. So, and I'm also not really much of a Jaden Daniels guy either. Who did they hire as their OC? Commanders OC is now. Oh, that's right. It's David Bling Blang Blau. That's right. David Bling Blang Blau. Well, I can't pretend that I have much of an opinion there. Other than that, Dan Quinn is for sure going to get fired. And when Dan Quinn gets fired, who's going to take over as the interim head coach? That's a very interesting question. What happens there? Hard to say. All right, so positionally, we are at a 3-4-6-2. I would like to reserve my round 20 pick for a tight end. So we can do 2 more running backs. Yeah, and maybe we do more. Maybe we actually do 3 more running backs on this build. Because if Jamar Chase, Luther Burden, Xavier Worthy, Shakir, Debo, like we already kind of have our lottery ticket in Tank Dell. And I mean, the running back lottery tickets are actually just far more interesting in these range of drafts. It just feels like you're so much more likely to hit a lottery ticket at the running back position. Like, I don't know, who get a Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt in this range. Your wide receivers in this range are like the lottery ticket you're trying to hit is the draft capital one. I think Heidenreich is. I mean, Heidenreich is not going to get drafted. Keaton Mitchell, don't mind if I do. Heidenreich, Eli. No, he's not. Eli Heidenreich is not. Interesting. Or is Eli his nickname maybe? Does he have a different name that he might be under? Nope. Eli Heidenreich, the Navy midshipman wide receiver, not on. There you go. Famously, Tyrone Tracy was not in the big board his rookie year. He was in BBM, but he was not in the big board. So when we discovered Tyrone Tracy, we couldn't draft him. Although I mean, I don't think that Heidenreich and Tyrone Tracy are similar. Heidenreich is like he's like the funniest prospect of all time. I'm no Drake May fan, but I wonder how his defensive matchups throughout the playoffs ranks all time. I mean, probably not that high, maybe. Probably not that into taking Trinidad Chambliss. I would imagine he is going to be like a day 3 style. Like best case scenario, you'll get, I don't know, like whatever you got from Shadur last year, who sucked. I guess Shadur had the one good game. Did Shadur have any games? He just had the one game. So Shadur had one game with more than 15 points. All right, I'm taking Cooper. Oh, he already went. Damn. All right, he already went. All right, my guy Cuddy sent me a message about Brazel. He is a University of Tennessee volunteer fan, and he told me, the Tennessee offense last year was not as much of the same fake nonsense. So I said, okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of Brazel. If the offense is not fake, not video game bullshit, then I will start to take a little bit of Chris Brazel. It's true. There are not many great free agent wide receivers. So where does Alec Pierce go? Alec Pierce is going to return to the Indianapolis Colts for about $27 million per year. That's my guess. What would that be? So 4 years and $111 million or something like that. That is my official guess on the Alec Pierce contract. Cade Otton showing up here, Evan Ingram showing up here, Freiermuth showing up here. Zachariah Branch, who I do really like. I wonder, did I save my team from the 5-6 Drake May auto? I mean, Drake May at the 5-6 turn is fine. We don't have to freak ourselves out. He had a bad Super Bowl. So it's okay. It's okay to have a bad Super Bowl. I don't think Alec Pierce will be going to the Steelers. Don't think he's number 1 on their shopping list. Need 3 more for this fast draft so we can hop in over there. Promo code Davis. Over on Fast Draft, get yourself a little $50 deposit match. Okay. Bo Nix, Fernando Mendoza. Do I want another Zachariah Branch team? Should I extend Ted Hurst? You know what? Let's do I've got very little of this fella. Let's do I took Cade Otton because I didn't click. So I took the guy who was third from the top. Cade Otton as our third tight end. Whatever. I've seen better. I've seen worse. Pierce to New England would be kind of fun. I think that they should go big game hunting, right? They just kind of free rolled their way to a Super Bowl. They've got another year before they have to give Drake May, a bazillion dollars. I think that they should be in the market for AJ Brown. I think they should try and pay Mike Evans. I think they should see if like DK Metcalf is wanting to be a Steeler. They should be in on George Pickens if the Cowboys are interested in trading him. Who else? Who else is potentially out there? I don't even know in terms of potentially discontented wide receivers. But they should be after all of them. 100% for sure. Ted Hurst, Darius Slayton. We actually need a running back more. Let's do Devin Neal. Have not taken Devin Neal very many times yet, but another running back is not going to hurt us. Oh, I mean, look, if Justin Jefferson is available, they should send a bazillion for Justin Jefferson. What is a realistic trade package for Justin Jefferson? I mean, there probably isn't one. But if there is, the Patriots should pay it. I would give up 2 firsts and if I'm the Patriots, I mean, I guess they don't really have a wide receiver to give up. 2 firsts and like Carlton Davis, isn't that one of their good defensive backs? I would probably do that. There any other crazy values on DraftKings right now? My guy Rant has Marvin Harrison Jr., Joe Mixon, Brandon Ayuk, and Michael Penix Jr. all ranked around 1,300, aka unranked. Wow, a Justin Jolly pick there in the wild, huh? I liked Justin Jolly a lot. I wonder what his market share stuff ended up being. I kind of liked him as this year's Gadsden. Remember, we drafted a lot of Gadsden last year in the big board. All right, Justin Jolly. 33% dominator rating as a freshman at UConn, 21%, only 23 final year. If I give him draft pick 66, can we get a hey, Jonnu Smith comp, Ed Dixon, George Kittle? Hey, George Kittle, Gesicki, Khalil Waring. I mean, not nothing for my dude Jolly there. Ted Hurst still the top recommendation here. All right, well, Crane. Ooh, you know what? Let's actually do Jack Besh. Jack Besh for the stack. Bang. Okay. There we go. So we have got completed Bo Nix, Fernando Mendoza, Daniel Jones. We have Breece Hall. We have RJ Harvey with Bo Nix. We have Jalen Warren, Aaron Jones, Keaton Missile, and Devin Neal. Jamar Chase, Luther Burden, Xavier Worthy, Khalil Shakir, Deebo Samuel, Tank Dell, Chris Brazel, the second, Jack Besh, Brock Bowers, Harold Fannin, and Cade Otten. So there we go. That is team number 1. I liked that team. I tell you what, not going to rip a DraftKings tomorrow. We might do it. We might do one. Maybe we'll do DraftKings tomorrow. What we need to do right now is I need you guys to fill up this fast draft over on Fast Draft. Need to hop in a rabbit over there. But while we wait for that to fill, I think we need 2 more. We will hop back into another big board. It's easy to draft Jack Besh on site credit. I would say, man, who is the all-time site credit pick? Jack Besh is one of them. The reason why it might not be Jack Besh is Dante Thornton actually might be the all-time site credit pick. Like between the two of them, who is more of a site credit S pick? Dante Thornton? Oh, Land Larison. Did I do I did Land Larison as the final pick of my big board last year, right? Land Larison was the final pick last year. I'm pretty sure that was the case. Oh, damn. Here's a question. I guess I should have found this. Was Land Larison, because he got placed on IR, was Lan at the Super Bowl yesterday? Was Lan still technically on the roster? Lan Larison on the injured reserves. Larison. Yes. Lan Larison was on the Patriots roster yesterday. February 1st, 2026. Larison was on the IR. So technically speaking, our guy, Lan Larison, our guy could have got a Super Bowl ring yesterday. So that is a bit of a bummer. That is a bit of a bummer. Keandre Lambert-Smith is a site credit S pick. Wandale used to be a site credit S pick. He is not anymore. Benson at 2024, very, very site credit S pick. All right. Big board number 2 on the stream. We are drafting out of the 10 slot in this one. We are drafting with Chad Candles. We're drafting with my guy, Jordan Chan. We are drafting with Devin the Dude. We are drafting with Kanye West in the flesh. Don't recognize very many of these other names, which honestly, kind of bullish. The game. Oh my God. Dylan Laube, extremely site credit. I would say DJ Giddens. You know what? I'm just going to take... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to take CeeDee Lamb. I'm going to take Achane because I have a feeling that I think with Pickens officially confirmed, I think Lamb is actually going to fall a little bit. And so I think that you're going to be able to get Lamb at 10. Yeah, there you go. So the guy behind me also passed on Lamb. You say Lan Larison. I raise you Traylon Burks. Sion Vaki might be. Yeah, you might be right. We're going to just happily select Trey McBride there. Devin Achane, Trey McBride start. I can't even do the seal that hard because I did such an insane chest workout yesterday that I can't even do the slap like a seal that hard. Got absolutely smoked yesterday. Just incredible. I can't even raise my arms, bro. Cody Schrader, a very, very, very site credit pick. Although Cody Schrader, he ended up being he was on the Rams this year, so Cody Schrader could have also won oh no, dude, Cody Schrader ended up on the Denver Broncos. So Cody Schrader could have won a Super Bowl this year. If Bo Nix didn't break his ankle, we could have seen a Cody Schrader Super Bowl. Two more, by the way, over on Fast Draft. Promo code Davis. Get yourself a little deposit match. I know you guys want me to stay on this road to 3,000. By the way, these running back starts. So HC has one, Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley, Kanye West has one there. Holy shit. This guy over at the left got Bijan and Bowers. What, dude? 2-3 turn Brock Bowers. What a world we're living in. I can't believe it. Is that what his price is going to be? Here's a question for you. When we get to like August and we have like the redraft community, the people who only do a couple BBMs, the puppy crowd. Mendoza's the quarterback. Clint Kubiak is the head coach. Where is Bauer's ADP when it's not just sickos drafting? Wow. Okay. And I will take AJ Brown here. Bang. Arthur Juan. Give me that. Chad, you did get greedy. You thought, no way will Masaru do that to me, but he did. He definitely is not going to be 1-2 turn. No chance is he going to be 1-2 turn. ETN, I mean, this is like shooting fish in a barrel, dude. Achane, ETN, AJ Brown, Trey McBride. This is a very OP start here. Loving that. I mean, the fact that you like, I guess a very interesting thing about these rooms right now is that the general strength of the average team, and I guess I would need shady advice and sacrilegious to tell me how dumb or not dumb this thought is. I mean, it's probably dumb. But if a greater percentage of the pool than ever is doing these running back heavy starts, then on average, I would say that probably means that you can get by with less at the wide receiver position, and you need more at the running back position to beat the average roster. Like this guy who's drafting in the 4-hole, I'm not even saying his team's bad, but he has CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, and Ladd McConkey. I don't know how much he's gaining over the average roster with that setup. Like it might be, he might be killing something that doesn't need to be killed. That's just my thought. I don't think Daniel Jones is unlikely to be out of the entirety of next season. He is going to be out for a chunk of next season with his torn ACL or a torn Achilles. But I don't think it seems likely that he is going to be out for the entirety of next season. Although that has been something that I have really changed my mind on. Really, basically because Christian Watson made me look so stupid. But Christian Watson last year tore, or I guess now 2024. So he tore his ACL, or was it in January? Christian Watson, who basically couldn't stay on an NFL field, tore his ACL and then came back so quickly that like the physical laws of the human body. Yeah, he tore his ACL in 2024. He tore his ACL on December 5th and then came back and was playing. He played 56% of the offensive snaps on October 26th. I mean, it's just insane. So whatever I thought I knew, whatever I believed about ACL recovery, Achilles recoveries, what guys' bodies can do, I mean, I don't know. I guess I just don't know shit. Sidekick wants me to keep hammering, so we're going to take Judkins there. Now to Jordan's point, now do Brandon Ayuk. I mean, I feel like Brandon Ayuk probably could have played. Brandon Ayuk is just a bad guy. He is an asshole. He doesn't want to. I assume he either didn't want to do his rehab, didn't want to play for the 49ers, or was just suffering some kind of break from reality. Like Brandon Ayuk, I think the issue there is, wow, Jordan Tyson. I mean, bang, this team is filthy. My goodness. Devin Achane, Trey McBride, AJ Brown, Travis Etienne Jr., Quinshon Judkins, Jordan Tyson. I mean, we are cooking. There you go. Watson tore his ACL January 5th. But there were, there were other examples of guys like that. You know what? I also recently have learned, and I don't really know I don't really know how to apply this to football, but many high level elite soccer players, soccer guys are able to recover from it's funny. They they just call it the cruciate ligament overseas. They don't call it an ACL injury. They call it they say, "Oh, he did his cruciate," which is just a very British way to say the guy tore his ACL. Those guys come back sometimes in like 6 months, which is insane. Like I don't really know how that's possible. All that is to say, I think Daniel Jones probably is going to be back sooner rather than later. But maybe not, right? What do I know? I am not a doctor. I'm not even a physical therapist. I'm just a guy who listens to the Huberman Lab podcast, you know. That's all. And does that make me a genius? It most certainly does not. Cousins tore his Achilles in week 8 and was garbage the entire next season. Yeah, true. Older, less injury history, also less reliant on his mobility. I mean, Daniel Jones is a quarterback who likes to move around. Am I sure that's ACL? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. The one example was I think like James Madison came back really quick. It might have been an MCL. I don't know. But yeah, did his cruciate is pretty tough. Do you have a lean on ETN staying or leaving in free agency? If I was a market maker, which I'm not, I would make ETN minus 108 to re-sign with the Jacksonville Jaguars. They had a great season. ETN had his best ever season. College teammates of Trevor Lawrence. That's his boy. I would have a hard time seeing him want to leave if the money was close. It's also weird that ETN would not be considered the number one free agent running back. My guess would be is that Breece Hall would be viewed as the consensus number one running back. Not firing a DK today. We'll probably do one tomorrow. If you want to hop in a draft with me, weaker than Paul, we need one more for the rabbit over on Fast Draft. Oh man, Sidekick wants me to take Mahomes. No way, dude. I can't do it. Oh, it's too hard. It's too hard to take Patrick Mahomes. Soccer is shorter. Levi Colwell tore his ACL in August and will probably play soon. There you go. The one in my head was James Madison, but I didn't know if it was his ACL. Isn't there only two cruciate ligaments, ACL, PCL? Isn't the MCL a thing? No, I don't know if the C stands for cruciate. What is MCL? No, that stands for the medial collateral ligament. Okay. Do I want to take Pollard here, or do I want to take Jacoby Myers or oh, okay, well I took Jacoby Myers because I was too busy. I was hemming and hawing. Yeah, because it's only gonna take 15 minutes. So we can just we can port back and forth, Darth. So you can do your cruciate or your collateral. Well, that would make sense. Cruciate means X or cross. That would make sense. There you go. We just learned some Latin. I don't know. What would you guys have done there? Sidekick said take Pollard, but that would have been our running back 4. Now, running back does really go off a cliff, whereas this next range of wide receiver, Worthy, Addison, Boston, Reed, Jennings, Concepcion, Moore, Shakir, Wandell, it's all very flat. Ultimately, I took Myers because I auto drafted and I couldn't really decide. I mean, Jacoby Myers is totally fine there. I do like Jacoby Myers. But all right, there you go. Bang. Hey. Hey, we filled it. And I'll be drafting 10th over here. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to the draft fillers over on Fast Draft. We've got JJ Jackson, buy and sell you, my guy Bennytron, 2 picks ready at all times, Chev 90, Darth Carter, Beast Alder 1, Lorm 616, and my guy Wheel Route FF. GZ. ACL keeps your knee from shearing off. PCL helps with hyperextending. So what was the deal with Lindsey Vonn? Because I read a couple articles about the Lindsey Vonn knee tear, and I was like, I guess if you are an elite athlete, maybe you can figure it out, but she didn't really figure it out. Yes, I mean multi-tabling in February isn't that what the road to 3,000 is all about? I mean, we gotta maximize our time, bro. I think by the way, if you've never done the rabbit before, very simple settings here. Full PPR. It is marathon scoring, so there is no elimination. It's exactly what it sounds like. And hey, playoff rondo, buddy, you're calling the number because you are watching this stream on February 9th. So you are the one who is calling the number. And we are going to be picking whomst. I guess we're going to take Achane, and then we're going to take Trey McBride. So we have very similar starts. I'm going to take Jaden Reed over Bo Nix and Jared Goff because there's no obvious quarterback stack set up there. So we actually are we are actually doing the simultaneous start. We have Achane and McBride on both teams that we're drafting right now. Why do they have CMC's government picture? It's a good question. You can rehab a PCL by strengthening your hamstring. PCL is more detrimental. So here's the deal. I don't know if I want to take Jared Goff here. Okay, well, there you go. We're not. We're going to take Juwan Jennings. So now in the big board, we have Patrick Mahomes, Devin Achane, Travis Etienne Jr., Quinshon Judkins, A.J. Brown, Jordan Tyson, Jacoby Myers, Jaden Reed, Juwan Jennings, Trey McBride, and over on Fast Draft, we have Achane and McBride also. Taylor felt nice. I mean, getting round 2 Jonathan Taylor. What do you guys... Okay. I feel like Jonathan Taylor is kind of the most obvious regression candidate from last year to this year, but it's regression in like the other way. Whereas he suffered the regression in season, but the regression happened because his quarterback got injured. I feel like what's happening with ADP is he's almost being drafted at what his like 65th percentile is. I guess maybe I'm the dummy because I was not really into Jonathan Taylor last year. No, I was not into Jonathan Taylor last year because of the quarterback stuff. Well, look where we're at again. We again have a very interesting scenario as I take Derrick Henry over on Fast Draft. Yes, because of the 3rd round reversal, my guy Wheel Route knows ball. Vaughn did the training run with a 3rd best time, so it was doable. That's interesting. No, I did not know that. On the run where she fell, she took a turn and her legs started wobbling. When she went into the air, her balance was off. Yeah. That's I guess it's one of those things where you don't know until you know. And so the article that I read about Lindsey Vonn, and this is we are just now talking about ACL injuries here on the show, but the article that I read basically was like, she is an elite all-time generational athlete, and because she is an elite all-time generational athlete, she has the ability to like control her quadriceps and her ankles in a way that you and I never could, or that even the 17th best women's downhill skier could not, because she's truly elite, generational, one of one. I don't know. I was rooting for her. We are gonna go ahead. Actually, you know what? We're gonna nab a Kenny Gainwell because I just don't have very much of him yet. Someone had just reminded me about Kenny Gainwell. That's a spot that I want to be doing there. I mean, imagine Kenny Gainwell just runs back the same role and we let this dude be an 11th round pick. 0 running back teams will be back because you can take Woody Marks, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, Emma Johnson, Kenny Gainwell, and James Conner all in, these really later rounds. Oh, and you know what? CJ Stroud backs. Actually, you know what? I'm not doing it. I'm taking Malik Willis over CJ Stroud. Call that a little slappiness. All right, and we're about up on Fast Draft here, where we have 2 running backs, McBride and Henry. So we are going to double tap JMO and Igbuka here as our wide receiver 1 and 2, keeping it a little bit slappy over there. Spike week had Gainwell nuked in the ranks. Okay. I just did a show with Bime for yesterday or on Friday. Should have asked him about it. Alvin Kamara enjoyers. All right, this is another one. I'm gonna toss this one to you guys. So, hour 6 minutes in, Alvin Kamara discussion. Alvin Kamara is completely and utterly buried in the rankings. Not getting drafted. Not getting drafted anywhere, really. What is Alvin Kamara? If Alvin Kamara runs back his season from last year, do you even want to be taking Alvin Kamara in fantasy drafts at his effectively 0 cost? Like at effectively, would you want this guy in round 20? He played in 11 games. He maxed out in 1 game. I guess he got 120 scrimmage yards here. He got above 100 scrimmage yards twice. He averaged 3.6 yards per carry. I mean, at ADP 150, I would say he's effectively he's getting drafted, but he's effectively free. I would say Alvin Kamara, for what Alvin Kamara has been in the NFL, is effectively free. I mean, cheaper David Montgomery, sure. I am taking some Alvin Kamara because the Sidekick is pretty aggressive about him, so I'm happy to do it. All right, we need one more wide receiver here. I think I'm gonna pull it at quarterback. Wide receiver, we're gonna go Brian Thomas Jr. And then I'm actually gonna toss in one more. We're gonna do Mekhi Lemon, since we did the super aggressive running back start on Fast Draft with Achane, McBride, and Henry. Then we will lap back around. I think this is probably the right way to view it, is that anything, damn, Travis Hunter almost fell to us, but anything past round 12 is effectively free. Speak of the devil, do I want to take you know what? I want to take a Cooper team. Omar Cooper. Wait, I don't have to take him yet. We're going to take Tyreek with Mahomes. That's called skating to where the puck will be, not where the puck is. Neil, Kendre, Estime. I had Audric Estime on a team that made the finals last year, which is just it's just one of those things that just goes to show. And I mean, come on, dude. Round 14, Mark Andrews, yes. Yeah, I will be pressing the button on round 14, Mark Andrews, all day long. Now we've got 100% drafted Achane, 100% drafted McBride, 100% drafted Henry, JMO, Igbuka. BTJ probably is not 100% drafted. That's something cool about the Fast Draft app. So when you're selecting players, it shows them the rate at which they have been drafted in the contest already, which is just kind of an interesting little wrinkle. Just me, or is Travis Hunter wildly underrated? Well, he's probably rated improperly, like one way or the other. Like either he's overdrafted for a cornerback or way underdrafted for the wide receiver too. All right, so we're gonna tap in. We're gonna add in Rico Dowdle, and then I'm gonna toss in Jaden Reed. Click the button. Bang. Got it. Bill H is asking me seriously with an eye roll. I don't know how to help you. Did you really want Mark Andrews? If you did, I apologize, sir. Do the Jags have the deepest wide receiver room in the league? I mean, I want to say I always kind of think it's the Packers, but I guess they don't have anyone as good. I mean, the Jaguars have a pretty deep wide receiver room. Jacoby Myers, Brian Thomas Jr., Parker Washington, Travis Hunter. I mean, the less said about De'Ami Brown, the better. I tend to think that the Packers wide receiver room is quite good, but I got very disproven on that last season. Very extremely disproven on that last season. All right. Well, how do I want to finish this team up? I'd like to get a quarterback that's not 100%. Ooh, you know what? If I took Jacoby Brissett has not been drafted yet in the Rabbit, so I might just do that. The Packers wide receiver room is like objectively one of the worst. Yes, but in my mind, they're very good, Miles. And that's what, see, because in my mind, you get enough betas and then you've found an alpha. But that's just the way my brain works. All right, over on UD, I think we're gonna tap the button on Calvin Ridley as the sidekick is asking. And I would think it would give us like Vidal or Bigsby or Keaton Missile, but it still might think that we don't have enough running back points. Don't get how the UD gauntlet winning playoff team got out of the wild card week. It was probably in a pretty weak pod. But I bet you could go back and check. What do we want to do? Tank Dell? All right, Tank Dell. Say less. So I guess maybe I should have taken CJ Stroud. All right, and we are about to be up over on Fast Draft. I am going to take, you know what? I'm going to take Malik Willis. Double up on the Malik Willises. And we need another running back. And I will be selecting Rashad White. It's just a scroll I really like over there. In my mind, Dontavian Wicks is still a future Hall of Fame member. I believe Dontavian Wicks is a unrestricted free agent. Dontavian Wicks Spotrac. Dontavian Wicks is an unrestricted. Well, what does this mean? Estimate? Is he Can someone explain to me what this means? A proven performance escalator. So he's not an unrestricted free agent. He is on year 4 of his rookie deal, but he's making more money because he's actually been a contributor on the team. Is the way that works. Yeah, he's under contract, but he's gonna get a raise on his contract because he's been good, basically. Which I'd never heard of that. Yeah, I think Dobbs is an unrestricted free agent, and he'll probably get paid a good amount of money. I would think. Yes, ADP chasing is going to be in the evenings moving forward because basically I I take care of my child during the day, and Shope works in the Shope, I think, does his WGR radio show from 2 p.m. Central to 6 p.m. Central. So basically the only time that would work out is the evenings. So there you go. Shipped or ADP chasing is in the evenings. I have got only one quarterback, so let's nab Tyler Shuck, and let's nab a second tight end. Let's add Mark Andrews as our second tight end there. The Gauntlet winning team. Not to nag about it. Many of the Super Bowl teams had 7/8 Hawks, Pat players, and lock guys, but didn't do anything week one. Well, I mean, I don't really know. All right, I'm definitely taking I'm taking this Damon Claiborne guy because I read a report that the Chiefs are into him. I mean, I don't even know the team that won the Gauntlet, but I would guess that there's probably very little cheating going on for a game on Underdog. That would just be my guess. I don't really know. How to help you. If it's a kind of thing that bothers you, I would say there are different games to play. But I guess maybe I don't understand what the point is. Are you saying that there was an impropriety from one of the operators? Do we even do a third quarterback on this team? Maybe let's wait and let's actually do a tight end. Let's do Stowers actually. Trey McBride, Mark Andrews, and Stowers. I don't work. True. All right, then how are we gonna fill out this fast draft team? Because we have got all right, so we got Mark Andrews and McBride. We have Achane, Henry, Dowdle, Rashad White. We've got Shuck and Willis. I went fully off the board at quarterback here. Wide receivers, we've got Jamo Igbuka, BTJ, Lemon, Reed. I advanced a team in the Gauntlet that scored 45 points in the wild card weekend. Yeah, it's just like your opinion, man. All right, we'll do one more. Let's do one more wide receiver. Let's do Matthew Golden, and then let's do James Conner. So got that team shipped in the Rabbit. Yes, fast draft is PPR, marathon scoring, third round reversal. All right, final team on fast draft: Devin Achane, Trey McBride, Derrick Henry, Jameson Williams, Emeka Egbuka, Brian Thomas Jr., Makai Lemon, Rico Dowdle, Jaden Reed, Malik Willis, Rashad White, Tyler Shuck, Mark Andrews, Matthew Golden, and James Conner. I will see you guys at the top defending my, I think, third place finish in the Rabbit last year. Like I said, the road to 3,000 teams is going to take us on a long and winding road. Drafting best ball tournaments you've never heard of on best ball sites you can't pronounce. That's what they're saying out there, boys. And we knocked that draft out in 15 minutes. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. I was 6 points from advancing a team in the divisional round with 2 zeros in the lineup. Yes, things do indeed happen. That's just how she goes. You know, not really much else to say. That's just kind of how she goes out there. If gambling is something that bothers you, there are a lot of other things to go and do with your time. Wow, another Ted Hurst team. I love when Corain says I can take Ted Hurst. I am gonna take. Okay, so Sidekick has Mariota as the quarterback here. All right, I will take Marcus Mariota and hope that he does get that Vikings job. Which I think Kareem is the guy who pointed that out to me, the KOC connection there. All right, I'll let you guys decide. Do we want to do a big board, a bigger board, or do we want to do a DK draft? I will let any of you guys decide what we do next. Ted Hurst. Are we taking Ted Hurst? Yeah, we'll take Ted Hurst. Big board, bigger board, DK. You guys tell me. Is there a biggest board? Wait, is there a new one? No, it's just the bigger board. Bigger probably. Yeah, well, we got 180 people watching. We'll probably fill it. All right, the people want DK. Why don't we go look at what the DraftKings contests are? Because I've not even looked at what the DraftKings contests are. DraftKings NFL best ball. So we have got the 25K draft date, 5 entry max, $33 is 5K to first. Training camp is $250K to first. They have a 333 that is, it says it, 20K to first. And a best ball mini camp, which is how much to first? $10,000 to first. All right, honestly, not enough DK votes. So I'll say if you want to do DK, we'll do a DK tomorrow. How about that? I'll do that for you guys. You want a DK, we can do a DraftKings draft tomorrow. We'll do one more big board. Is that fair? Is that fair? One more? And we got the 4-hole. And this is real friends and family. We've got Glue Eater. We got Devin the Dude. Not as friends and family as I thought. Fewer friends and family. I do like drafting out of the 4-hole. You know what? Does UD do anything for the World Baseball Classic? I bet there's pick'ems. Oh, Michael, you're an Adam Randall guy. Okay. Was sitting in the bigger board and then rug pull. Oh, I mean, maybe we'll do another one. Maybe we'll do a bigger board. You never know. I love Adam Randall, Michael. Love Adam Randall. He's like my early flag plant, Adam Randall is. All right. 1 hour, 23 minutes into the stream. Big board draft number 3 is beginning as we draft out of the 4th slot. We are going to select Ja'Marr Chase, and we are going to earmark that 69th pick in the draft for one Mr. Joseph Burrow. People are saying it more and more. The Burrow Chase. It's so funny how the drafts from last year and this year rhyme in that sense, with Joe Burrow going at the same spot. Like, Joe Burrow is just locked into that spot. Although T. Higgins now goes in a different spot because T is now on the other side of the board. Whereas last year, T, Burrow, and Chase all lined up. Adam Randall is 100% going to San Francisco in the 3rd round to be the heir apparent to Christian McCaffrey. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Well, Joel, if that happens, there's going to be a lot of closing line value for my teams. You're a Jonah Coleman bro, Mr. Stockton. Adam Randall is a big site credit pick. Yes, he is. What's with the Burrow trade rumors, boomer slop? I mean, I think it's probably just like wish fulfillment stuff from Minnesota Vikings beat writers. Why would the Bengals, a broke, cash poor organization, trade their only like asset? I mean, I guess Chase too. I think they would be more likely to trade Jamar Chase than they would be to trade Burrow. You trade Burrow and it's ogre. I guess one thing that's sort of difficult about drafting, I guess I found this drafting from the front of the board, is passing on Brock Bowers for a running back. It's like, well, I know I probably should. Like, I know I probably need to positionally get running backs. But then you're like, okay, well, I could have had a Jonathan Taylor, Brock Bowers start. I could have had a JSN Brock Bowers start. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, as Mr. Wheelroute notes, I mean, every 49ers running back that they've taken in the third round has just immediately been giga ass in the National Football League. Just absolutely immediately horrible. So that is probably worth noting. All right. Well, Sidekick's not loading. I need it to tell me what to do. All right, dude, whatever. Come on. I'm taking Brock Bowers. Why would I not take Brock Bowers? Jeremiah Love, bro. You want me to take Jeremiah Love instead of Brock Bowers? There ain't no way. Ain't no way, no how. Oh man, I just realized I need to spin up some DraftKings best ball ranks for patreon.com/DavisMaddox subscribers. So I should probably spend the afternoon doing that. All right, there we go. Nico Collins still available to make this a true, God, we really would be doing a true zero running back start, which I have not done very much of. All right, there you go. Josh Jacobs, come on down. Josh Jacobs, Jamar Chase, Brock Bowers. It's a pretty good start. I know this is totally Lucy with the football stuff. But something I do really like about Bowers is I like taking Mendoza quite a bit. I do have Josh Jacobs over Bucky. I mean, this might be, I don't know if this is controversial or not. I do not particularly think that Bucky Irving is that good of a pick. Do you guys think Bucky Irving is a really good pick? He's undersized, underweight. His team doesn't really like to play him on third downs. His team replaced him with Sean Tucker on the goal line. Now, to this point about the weirdness, what I capitulate what way on Bucky? I was right. I was directionally accurate on Bucky. He didn't ball out last year, Miles. He didn't. Bucky Irving did not ball out last year. He was fine. He was fine. But he did not ball out. He is okay, he's definitely good. I will say this. Bucky Irving is definitely a good football player. He's definitely much better than Rachaad White. He's definitely much better than Sean Tucker. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm definitely not saying he's bad. But like I do, and maybe this is my inner boomer coming out. This is my Turning Point USA halftime show coming out. I like Kyron Williams more than Bucky Irving in fantasy football this year. So it's really hard to be an NFL running back at Bucky Irving's weight. It's really, really hard. Not saying it can't be done, but it's hard. It's hard. Devonta Smith. Maybe we even get Burden pressed rounds. We'll do Devonta here. I do see that the legendary upside stuff is quite a bit lower on Luther Burden than I am, which I would have to ask Mr. Crane about that. Maybe I should ask him. Crane, why do you hate Luther Burden? Quorum is certainly going to be a larger part of the offense than he was in years prior. But I still think Kyron's pretty clearly his guy. Sure, yes, this will be the year that playing on Kyron's downfall will work. I think Quorum is a pretty good pick too. He's a bit more expensive than I thought he would be, though. I did not think Blake Quorum was going to be an 8th round pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, oh, he'll go. He's like a 10th rounder, and I guess maybe running backs are just more expensive across the board. But that has been a surprise to me to see how expensive Quorum and Manungai. Manungai is another one where I'm like, man, Manungai can be replaced so easily in the draft. What do we think? Do we just do a full 0 RB here? I think we might. Let's do Carnell Tate. I think we might go full 0 running back here. Quorum was definitely used to save Kyron for the playoffs. In the playoffs, it was Kyron all day. So I do think overall they like Kyron better, but usage can get annoying. I definitely agree with that. 100%. All right. Quote from Mr. Copy Paste Lade. Bucky Irving is the Rico Dowdle of Bijan Robinsons. Nope. Not giving you that one. I would actually go the other way. I would give you he's the Bijan Robinson of Rico Dowdles. I would give you that one. Did Kyron have a 50%? I honestly, I don't know this. So I'm fact checking you and I'm fact checking myself. So for the entirety of the season for the Rams, this was how it broke down. 67% of the snaps for Kyron, 31% for Quorum, 60% of the rush attempts for Kyron, 34% for Quorum, 59% in the 5 for Kyron, 38% for Quorum, 72% long down and distance for Quorum, or for Kyron, 22% for Quorum. All the 2-minute drill was Kyron. In the postseason, 60% for Kyron, 37% for Quorum, 57% of the rushes for Kyron, 34% Quorum. Kyron doubled him up on routes, doubled him up on targets, doubled him up on short down and distance, 100% inside the 5 for Kyron. I don't think 50-50. I'm not gonna give you 50-50. I would maybe give you a 60-40 on that one. Did I get Chipotle for the Super Bowl? I did not. I had a little bit of a DoorDash gift card left from when my son was born, and we ordered a couple pizzas, which was my cheat meal for the week. Do I want to do Jalen Hurts? Yeah, Joe Burrow's gone. All right, Jalen Hurts and Devonta. Hurts, Jacobs, Jamar Chase, Devonta Smith, Carnell Tate. This actually is a true zero running back team in the sense that we have double elite onesies. I was referencing the Seattle game, Carolina, Chicago games, Kyron's all those 60s. I mean, I think we can all just universally agree. Sean McVay prefers to have Kyron Williams on the field, even if he thinks that Corum is as good, similarly good to Kyron. He just likes Kyron Williams better. Karain has made this point so many times, and so is Jacob, which is that he is just far more comfortable with those dudes on the field. I mean, this is a Ramondre smash. I am sorry to my friends at Legendary Upside, but you cannot rank Tootin over Ramondre right now. Can't rank Tootin over Ramondre, I don't think. You could get to that if ETN leaves. I mean, if ETN leaves, it's all over, right? That'll be one of the most interesting ADPs of the offseason. If I told you right now, I'm not giving you any other information, but I'm telling you that ETN signs with a non-Jacksonville Jaguars team in free agency, where are you taking Tootin? Where are you taking LaQuint Allen? Are you expecting the team to draft a running back? Are you expecting them to sign another guy in free agency? It doesn't make a ton of sense to let ETN walk and then give Breece Hall like $18 million in free agency. I would probably be with you taking Tootin over that range of guys, those guys at the 4 or 5 turn, over Skattebo, Henderson, and Harvey. Man, the Trevion Henderson ADP. How many snaps did he play in the Super Bowl last night? Not very many. I tell you what. ETN walks and they draft Katron Allen. I would draft Katron Allen pretty high in that scenario. All right. So we have Jamar Chase, Brock Bowers, Josh Jacobs, Devonta Smith. So we already have one stack locked up, which I really like. Hurts, Ramondre at 76. Is Trevion ADP just entitlement tilt from his usage being bad? Yeah. Oh, I mean, Michael, dude, 100%. Tootin is, I think, probably much more talented than Ramondre. We do got to give Ramondre credit, though. I mean, the dude, God, do I really freaking have to? I won't. I'm taking Chuba Hubbard. No, I'm taking Jadarian Price. Stefon Diggs, after... I know I'm being emotional and reactionary right now, but how the fuck can you log on February 9th and take Stefon Diggs in a draft? That performance from the Patriots last night, I mean, everybody stunk. Will Campbell stunk. May stunk. Booty stunk. Diggs stunk. They all stunk. Did you guys... Okay, the route that Booty ran, it was a 3rd down at the end of the second half. He ran a route where it was the worst route I've ever seen. Like, just the worst little hitch route. The defender just pushed him out of bounds. Literally just was like, no. Get out of bounds, dude. Gonzalez was really good. Yeah, Gonzalez came to play. Okay, fine, whatever. I will take Stefon Diggs at what pick was that? I'll take Stefon Diggs at pick 100. Fine. Stefon Diggs at pick 100. whatever. I guess take advantage of it. May opened in ADP ahead of Lamar, now goes after. How far will he fall? I mean, he's definitely going to keep falling. Last night's game did not impact my thoughts on May at all, because I had thought May had been poor for most of the postseason anyway. He played poorly against the Chargers. He played poorly against the Texans, and he played poorly against the Broncos and kind of got bailed out in all those games. I think he hit he's got a record for most sacks taken by a quarterback in the postseason. You know, it just happens. He's got a middling to bad offensive line. The run game did not help him. His wide receivers did not help him at all. Did not help him one little bit. Did the guy with 2 showdown lineups take down playoff best ball? I don't think so. I don't believe he did. I don't think the favorite did. McDaniel, I would be a little hesitant to start saying things like Mike McDaniel or Josh McDaniel didn't help him out. It's kind of the same deal as last year's Super Bowl for the Chiefs. It's like, we don't have to make excuses for Mahomes. We don't have to make excuses for DeAndre Hopkins. Like, we all could just say they sucked. You know, like the Buccaneers Super Bowl when Mahomes was so good. Yeah, then you could be like, okay, well, his line sucked, his receivers sucked, they all sucked. Like, everyone involved in that process sucked. But we don't have to do that for this one. All right. Shakir, Wandale, Jennings, Concepcion, Marks. This feels like a good Jennings team. Jennings was good last year. I actually don't understand why he is so cheap. Why is Juwan Jennings going after DJ Moore? All right, so we've got Jalen Hurts, Josh Jacobs, Ramondre Stevenson, Jadarian Price, Jamar Chase, Devonta Smith, Carnell Tate, Stephon Diggs, Juwan Jennings, Brock Bowers. Man, tell you what, the issue you run into with these 0 running back teams is this is just a graveyard. Woody Marks, JCM, Gainwell, Tracy. I mean, Emmett Johnson, I do like. You know what? This is actually a really good team to take Gainwell on. Maybe I'll just jump ADP here on Gainwell. Yeah, why does Jennings go 2 rounds after QJ? I think Jennings is still technically under contract with the 49ers. I mean, maybe he's not. Okay, no. All right, he is an unrestricted free agent. I mean, I don't know. That might make me like him better. You know what? I actually am going to do the Gainwell thing. I kind of just got that. Whoever it was that commented, and I'm sorry that I forgot who it was, but whoever the Gainwell commenter was, you have got me rethinking my priorities. Yeah, DJ Moore does really feel like a bill. 8th to 10th round for running back, wide receiver is flat. Take the quarterbacks. I mean, same as last year, right? Super, super flat range. That was like the quarterback window last year, and it's looking like it will probably be the quarterback window again this year. Former Panthers always find their way to Buffalo. Yeah, and wasn't DJ Moore quite good that Joe Brady year? I want to say that was true, but maybe I'm making it up. Joe Brady, 2021. Joseph Brady. Yeah, DJ Moore, 93, 1. Well, I mean, he was fine. Actually, it's funny. DJ Moore had back-to-back seasons with the exact same statistics. It's always funny when you look him up. Back-to-back years with 1,250 yards, 1,215 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Have you guys seen this numerology on DJ Moore? It's very funny. 1,215, 4 and 4. Numerology bros, stay woke on DJ Moore. I don't think we're gonna see much of Jalen Royals. I don't think so. We're in a brave new world, Dev. Brave new world. It is. I'm with my baby all day, bro. It's just me and my baby from 6 a.m. to noon, basically. 6 a.m. to like 12:30. Then it's work time. Then it's grind zone. What running back wide receivers were taken in rounds 8 through 10 last year that had high advance rates? I honestly don't remember. I basically already I've already mind wiped myself. Do you guys remember anything about advance rates? I think the only thing I remember about advance rates was that Jonathan Taylor had a good one. Yeah, Javonte and ETN were both correct. I remember that. Damn, do I want to do a Bryce Young team? Not really. Maybe a Travis Hunter team? Nah, we're gonna do another Malik Willis team. I'm just all in on Malik Willis, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Yeah, it's dude. It's honestly great. We just took a walk. Me, the baby, and the dog. We're chilling. It's great having one-on-one time with your kid. You're not beating that, bro. This is the only thing I remember about advance rates is that they don't fucking matter. Definitely not Shaheed. Although Shaheed did look. I mean, it's just so funny. Shaheed looked all year on the Seahawks like their best offensive player outside of JSN, and they traded for him, and they just were like, you know what? We don't need to give this fella the ball. This fella doesn't need the ball. Oh, Trey Benson's actually a jam here. I need to move. I know I need to move Kenyon Sadiq down. Damn. All right. Trey Benson goes. This is probably good, like Aaron Jones team. Yeah, Aaron Jones, just someone in the room. Josh Jacobs, Ramondre Stevenson, Jadarian Price, Gainwell, Aaron Jones, a chaperone. Wow. Cover my forearm tattoos with this. Advance rates don't matter. All that matters is volume drafting and waking up week 17 with a dream. Facts. The strat is to sneak through a shitty team and then win in week 17. I mean, yeah, you do want to, obviously you would prefer to advance a lot of teams. You just don't want to make to have these absurd advance rates that you see. You have to make suboptimal playoff decisions where your lineups end up being too correlated. Like if I told you that if you drafted 100% Jerry Jeudy, you'd advance 40% of your teams, well, you do it. But then that means that if Jerry Jeudy gets 4 points in week 15, you're going to have you don't have the guy in that round that you needed. Like if he goes in the same round as Kyle Pitts, well then you're gonna have a bad time. Dude, your card tree is too important. Ultimately, I do think I agree with Deb on this, that Kubiak used him in New Orleans. Coming in mid-season definitely impacted it. And I also think they were both happy with what Cooper Kupp was doing for them. And I also think there was a little bit of like, okay, well, we signed Cooper Kupp to this deal in free agency. We're an organization that like respects veterans. We pride ourselves on doing business the right way. We don't want to bring Cooper Kupp in the building and then bench him after trading him, Little Rachaad White action. All right, don't mind if I do. Rachaad White, if Rachaad White signs with the Commanders, he is going to get a huge bump in ADP, but he could go somewhere even better than the Commanders. Is Shaheed a unrestricted free agent, or does he have another year left on his deal? Rashid Shaheed is an unrestricted free agent after signing a 1-year, $5 million deal. Wow. I mean, let's get Shaheed to Vegas. He is definitely overqualified for being like just a pure 9 route guy, but he is insanely fast. I mean, you see it on the kick returns and the punt returns. You're like, God damn, he gets up this top speed quickly. This feels with Bowers. Actually, I think with Bowers you can take a shot. So let's take Ferguson instead of taking someone easy, taking the safe pick. Terrence Ferguson I really like. Yes, I am personally drafting a lot of Travis Kelce pretty aggressively right now. Not sure where you guys land on that, but all the quotes that have come out, everything that has been said has made it sound like at the very least he doesn't want to retire. Now he might, maybe his new wife wants him to retire. Maybe like he's making so much money, like maybe Fox is like, we'll pay you $50 million to come be on TV. So he's like, well, shit, I got to take that. Like there could be non-footballing reasons, but there's not been anything that's come in that has been said by Kelce, the Chiefs coaches, Brett Veach, anyone that has led me to believe everyone involved kind of wants him to play football. And ultimately, I think my guy Mark is probably correct, which is that there is just no way Kelce wants to go out that way. I don't think Kelce wants Chris Oladokun to be the starting quarterback of his final game, his final home game. I don't think he wants, the last game of his career to be, what they won 12-9 against the Broncos, I think. The last snap he plays with Patrick Mahomes was a play where Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL. I don't think so. Seattle has so many free agents to sign. I doubt Shaheed stays unless he takes a discount. Maybe he would. Winning a Super Bowl often can endear you to get a team-friendly deal. I wouldn't say it's impossible. Kelce probably, if he announces tomorrow he's playing, he goes in this range right here. Somewhere between Gadsden, Goddard, Kittle, Ferguson, Strange, kind of this 115 to 130 range is my guess. Have I seen a picture of Iowa offensive lineman Jennings Dunker yet? No. Oh, yes, I have. I have seen this fella with the red mullet. Good looking guy. Good looking guy. Yes, they have Torrey Horton coming back, and they also took Ricky White in the draft last year and kept him on the practice squad all year. So maybe there's something there. Do we want to do a little Kamani Vidal action? Sure. So we now have a 2-7-5-2. Jacobs, Ramondre, Darian Price, Ken Gainwell, Aaron Jones, Rashad White, Kamani Vidal. I mean, these spray and pray 0 running back rooms. Don't they just feel great? It makes me feel like, man, football never left. Never, ever. A.D. Mitchell is one of the guys I'm almost blind to, and then my eyes gloss over them when scrolling through. I mean, I can't say if you're right or wrong. I can say I am very personally interested in drafting him. Trey Harris, this is from my guy, Jake Vinegar, Bennytron. Trey Harris at pick 196. Played a bunch of snaps last year. Did absolutely nothing with them. Many such cases of wide receivers for the Los Angeles Chargers. I am into Antonio Williams. I would say I guess I don't have a huge personal thought about his game quite yet because I haven't, I mean, it's February 9th. I just have not watched all the film yet, but he is one of those guys that when you comb through, the Daniel Jeremiah, the Mike Mayock, the insidery mock drafts, he popped up as like a surprise top 50 guy in one of the big insider mocks this last week, or maybe it was 2. No, it was last week. And I remember thinking like, okay, well, that's kind of interesting because when I watched Clemson for Adam Randall, he didn't like jump off the page to me or anything like that. It's true. Trey Harris was blocking his heart out. I think didn't Harbaugh give him the game ball one week? Harbaugh gave Trey Harris the game ball and said like, "Oh, Trey, he's leaving it out there for everyone on the team." All right. Do I want to do I think I do need one more quarterback. I mean, sadly, we are already barking up the Jacoby tree. I don't know. Maybe I need to start. Maybe I should take a Chambliss. Maybe I should take a Mac Jones. Kirk Cousins probably is going to find his way into a starting job. Can you hear Brady talking about how Harbaugh asked him to block a lot last year, and now he's worked his way in with the starters? I can hear it in my mind's eye. KLS, next blocker up. Man, remember KLS? All right. You know what? Super Bowl champion. Oh, no, I said I want to start taking Omar Cooper Jr. I don't want to be Squidward looking outside at SpongeBob and Patrick playing with Omar Cooper Jr. God, this can't possibly be a thing. Clicking Justin Fields, it can't be. We can't be doing this. Justin Fields, it's over, bro. It's over. It's time to it's time to be done. Imagine you're a market maker for Jacoby Brissett's week 1 status. He is starting for the Arizona Cardinals if I'm making the market. Evan Ingram, sure. Evan Ingram. Definitely have not taken Evan Ingram once yet. Yes, Kenneth Walker is an unrestricted free agent. He definitely will start some games. You're right. Ooh, you know what? I have not looked at the NBA slate yet at all. Let me pull it up real quick. Let me pull up the projections. my favorite NBA DFS slate today, or favorite NBA DFS play. I gotta look at injury stuff. Ooh. I really like Kalel Ware if you're playing on DraftKings. And Isaiah Collier and Con Knipple. My guy Con. There you go. Con Knipple. There's your NBA DFS play of the day. And Isaiah Collier. I think he's super chalk. All right, I am going to take a quarterback here at the end because as I think Benny just said this. Yeah, 50 quarterbacks start games every year. Someone's going to start. Now, I don't know if if we're doing aphorisms of 50 guys will start games every year at quarterback, you're one of 50 guys. So therefore you should draft Justin Fields. I don't know if that one applies to Justin Fields. Like, I don't know if that applies to Anthony Richardson, because some of these guys who are going to be starters, like Geno will probably find his way to start a game or two. Brady Cook will start a game or two. Davis Mills will start a game or two. I mean, God, I hope we do not have to see Emory Jones. Derek Carr. I mean, imagine, can you draft Derek Carr? You can draft Derek Carr, and Derek Carr has an ADP, which I believe means that he has been selected. Imagine being all in on Derek Carr. Mac Jones surely will start some games. Yeah. I did not know Cam Miller is in Miami, but man, I hope he starts every game. Truly. I thought the same thing. Trinidad Chambliss being like, please don't make me go to the NFL doesn't make it seem like someone's taken the dude in round one. I liked watching him in college. I thought he was good. I thought he was fun or whatever, but doesn't look like an NFL quarterback to me. Doesn't mean I'm right, but just not the way it looks. All right. Well, what quarterback are we going to take? I guess we do Mariota. Crane says Devon Vele. I'm going to go ahead and take Mariota. Final team: Jalen Hurts, Malik Willis, Marcus Mariota, Josh Jacobs, Ramondre Stevenson, Jadarian Price, Kenneth Gainwell, Aaron Jones, Rashad White, Kamani Bidell, Jamar Chase, Devonta Smith, Carnell Tate, Stephon Diggs, Juwan Jennings, Trey Harris, Omar Cooper Jr., Brock Bowers, Terrence Ferguson. I have taken Ty Simpson a time or two when I ran out. Is Ollie Gordon cooked? And I wouldn't say he's cooked, but I also wouldn't say he's got no burn marks on him. Everyone, make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back with all of you guys tomorrow.